Hello, welcome to Wednesday chat. It is almost Thursday. Sorry, folks, for being very late today. Originally, I had planned to do a chat around 8 o'clock, later than usual. But for those that did watch my live chat last Wednesday, I mentioned that this week is spring break and I can hold a chat longer and later than usual. I just didn't realize that's going to be this late. Part of it is because of the hellish day of traveling. Uh, Hold on, give me a second. I don't expect anyone to be watching this live at this late. I usually in bed, sleeping at this point most of the time. But with all the traveling, the last vacationing, the last few days, I'm wide awake. And I just get back home. I literally just got back home about 40 minutes ago. Got home, jump in for a long hot shower, and feel alive again after a long day traveling. So I will have a short chat. My apology to Cougar Comics and Comics and Stuff. They were supposed to appear live on a live chat today. If I had the chat at 8 o'clock, I don't think either one of them is up. I will contact them um, tomorrow to see if they can join me next Wednesday. I think so. Hopefully, I can have them on a live chat with me next week instead of this week because of the horrendous delay I had today. I just had one crazy day. Let me check something real quick. I was supposed to. Let me think. Excuse me. Okay. I was supposed to be home by 5:30 today. So I figured, last week when I had the chat, I mentioned having a chat, and I'm like, oh, I should have plenty of time to have a chat this week. But as we were flying into, first off, I took the family to New York City for a few days for spring break. It's Anthony's first time in New York City. Hopefully, he will appear in a video with me shortly to talk about his wonderful trip in New York and give people his honest opinion of what New York City is. I think he enjoyed the trip. I think he had a lot of fun. He surprised the heck out of me. I'm a very proud dad because my son walk and walk. He has never walked so much in his life and not complained. He did so good. He was a trooper. New York, the weather was kind of crappy. Who's here? Comic Crack, Lord of the Long Box. Whoa. Yes, this is extra late. Extra late, Tim and Terrence. For those that just jump in. Yes, I was supposed to have the chat 3.5, 4 hours ago. But if you catch the first few minutes of this chat, I just get back to Sarasota 40 minutes ago. I was supposed to be back. I was supposed to land in Sarasota for my trip to New York with the family for spring break around 5:30. So, making a live chat at 7:30-ish, the normal time would have been possible. But as I was flying into Sarasota at around 5:15-ish, fog. The fog was so bad. They tried 3 times to land the plane and they could not. It was strange. They was so thick. I mean, you couldn't, even when we were trying to land, it was like we were flying through heavy clouds high up. I don't know the regulation for airplane landing, but apparently there's a limitation to what the pilot can do, even if he think he can land the plane. So we spent an extra 45 minutes making 3 attempts to land. So after a while, we had to land. Yes, Terrence, I was in New York City with the family for spring break. Um, oh, Lord of the Long Box is watching Survivor. That's okay. You can listen in and chime in if you wish. Um, as I mentioned, my son was a trooper. He has never walked so much in the few days in New York than he has ever done. And I'm extremely proud as far as being a father because he did not complain. He was a trooper. He walked everywhere we had to go, and he enjoyed seeing many of the things that we went. I will talk more about the trip, but so eventually the plane had to land in Tampa, okay, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away from Sarasota. So we landed there to figure out what to do, to refuel, and then about an hour and a half later, they told us that the fog was so bad that we still can't go. And then by this point, I'm just like, hell no. Am I going to stick around and wait another few hours? Because I understand enough about the weather to understand that unless there are significant shift in temperature, weather front, the fog is just going to sit there. Sure enough, but sadly, we make the mistake of sticking around and waited 2 hours in Tampa for the flight to be continue. But to make the long story short, we end up jumping in the cab and spent $160 for a long cab ride back to the other airport because we just cannot sit there, spend the rest of the night. So I did not get home. So we got to the other airport around. So we got to Sarasota Airport around 10:15, and then we had to drive home. But by this point, I just like had no more patience to sit at the airport and wait. Uh, JetBlue will pay for my taxi ride. So it was not as painful as it was, but still, it's $160 cab ride. But it is what it is. Yes, Tim, he need to see the movie. But I think the highlight of New York City for those that have never been to New York City or haven't been to New York City in a long time is the 9/11 Memorial. It is uh, it's hard to explain, and I encourage all those that have never seen the 9/11 Memorial to go see it because it is extremely it's it's hard to find the right word for it because it's sad, but it's a must see, and Anthony was extremely engaged in seeing everything that they have at the memorial, and we spent 2 hours there. We walked insane amount of time, and it is like I said, it's one. There was a few occasions in the 9/11 memorial that I welled up, almost crying in tears because it's sad. It's very well done. What they did inside the memorial, how they put everything together, the story that was told inside was just powerful. I think that's the best word that I can use would be a powerful memorial. A must see. If you have if you're a human being, I think you would find it to be a poignant, powerful, sad thing to see. But it's history. It's a big part of modern American history. So that was out the way. We did see the Statue of Liberty. Bye, Tim. I think it's going to be me and Terrence, even though I'm not sure if Terrence is still around. But that's okay. I figure I'm wide awake, and since I missed my chat that I supposed to have, I might as well have it just to let people know that I did miss the chat today, and due to traveling nightmare. Given a choice, I would rather be here, get home on time, and have the chat at 7 o'clock instead of just got home 45 minutes ago. Oh. Terrence back. Let's see. But we saw Times Square. I don't think Anthony was all that impressed. I think he may have enjoyed. I can't wait to see how the picture turned out. But he took a picture with Spider-Man at Times Square and Mario. For those that know Times Square, there's all kind of characters walking around, and he took a picture with both Mario and a Spider-Man, a pretty good looking Spider-Man, I had to say. But I think Times Square was not all that interesting to him. Surprisingly, he was not intimidated with the crowd. I mean, he even rode the subway in New York during rush hour where everyone was packed like sardine. It was so packed in the subway, but Anthony rode the subway with us. He got to see Madison Square Garden, where so we show him Madison Square Garden, Central Square, the Grand Subway Station, Grand Central Station. We basically did the tourist thing. I would have loved to contact many YouTube people that live in New York City, but if I was traveling to New York alone, I would have had an easier time to meet up with other YouTubers, even go to Metro or Koch Warehouse and all that stuff. But it's my first family trip, and it was necessary for me to put all my effort into being with the family. So, hello, J Rocks. Yes, this is a late night for me. Not usual to see me in a chat this late. So, for me, the trip was important for me to spend as much time as I could with the family, showing them New York, showing them what I know about New York. The last time I was in New York was before Anthony was born. So it's been 9 years. Okay. The last time I was in New York was after I got married. I took my wife to New York. We stayed at a very fancy hotel near Times Square. Like, I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it was one of those shrinking, new, modern, like the W or the M or whatever name they call it. But that was 9 years ago. So it's nice to bring Anthony there to show him, and he enjoyed it. So I think it's horrible as a traveling end up today, being home 4+ hours later than I supposed to be because of the delay. It was a good trip, a very good trip. Oh, wow. I'm glad you got here from the start. Other than that, because I had been busy traveling since Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and just get back today, I didn't really get a chance to the knitting factory to see the music is a dream. Plus all the dirty comics I could find. Terrence, if you J Rock's the same thing. If any, New York is a fun city to be. I think I have been to just about every major cities in the U.S. And to me, New York is a fun city for everyone to see at least once. Even if you're from a small town that have never been to a big city with big crowds and subways and noise and tall buildings, all that stuff. I think I don't think it would be intimidating. It would be maybe eye opening for people that's not familiar with big cities. But New York has so much to offer. It's a fun city. Can I live there? Yes. But my wife definitely cannot live in New York City. I think she won't she wouldn't like it. So yes, Terrence, if you can make it with the family one of these days, I think your son would find it amazing. I think Anthony was. I'm surprised that he was not like wide eye at all the stuff that's going on. I show him, oh, this is where the New York Knicks play. This is where the New York Rangers play. This is Madison Square Garden. He was like, okay. Can't afford New York. It is expensive, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Okay, I can tell you, one of the best meal. San Francisco, awesome. One of the best meal that we had in New York, believe it or not, was $5.50. 2 slices of New York pizza and a soda for $5.50. 2 big slices. And Anthony, we went with 2 other families. Okay, so there was 3 families and 4 kids. And I can tell you, if you ask all the kids, they would say that pizza, $5.50 for 2 large slices of pizza and a large soda, was perhaps the highlight of the trip. Caesar, half man, half amazing. I know it's not that late in Colorado, so welcome. Nice pizza is We went to cheap Chinese food. We went to fancy Italian dinner. Good. We went to fancy Korean barbecue place. Great. But the $5.50 2 large slice of pizza was fantastic. I love it. And my son loved it, and all the kids love it. So they all said this is the best pizza ever. So everybody in the group thought that was a great recommendation by me. Oh yeah, rent. We spoke to I love to chat with cab driver. To drive a cab in New York, it costs about $1,000 a week to lease the license. Insane. If you make $60,000 in New York City, you're poor. Korean barbecue, sweet. We have one place here in town and we love it. Yeah, I love it. This is, I think, the first time all the people that I travel with went to a Korean barbecue place where we cook with the grill in front of us. I have been many times to other places. My favorite Asian food is Korean, outside of Vietnamese food. So, I eat Korean often. I am pizza eating fool. I spent all day at that pizza stand. Yes, Caesar, if you ever go to New York, let me know and I will tell you where to go to get that awesome pizza. And it's open 24 hours a day. I walked there at 10 o'clock at night and it was hustling and bustling with people. It opened 24 hours a day. So yeah, cheap pizza all day long, all day. 200 bucks a week to drive a cab in California. That's cheap. See, in Tampa, Florida, it will cost $430 a week to drive a cab to get the license, the lease, whatever it is. In New York is 1,000, so 200 in LA. Man, that's cheap. That's surprising. Yeah, 24 hours a day pizza, baby. The four dudes that's in there that are spinning pizza 24/7, and it's awesome pizza. Trust me, it's good. I mean, my low carb diet went out the window for this trip. Yes, New York depends. Okay, part of New York does go to sleep, but if you go to Times Square, it's nonstop craziness. Okay, even at 10 o'clock at night, it's packed, bar wall to wall with people. The Broadway show still playing. The bar are hopping. A zillion cabs driving all direction. It's a city that does not sleep. Frank Sinatra sang it well. Yes. So um, back to the trip. I took my family there for spring break, and I got back today, and that's why the chat is very late today because I was 5 hours late to get home. But if you can get to New York, the 911 Memorial, amazing. J Roxy would love to visit Italy. So would I. So would I. In fact, that's my wife. My wife wish is to go to Italy next year. Okay. Uh, in a few months, it will be my 50th birthday. Yes, I will turn 50 in November. And, it's tough to travel in November with kids, school, impossible. So we had to figure out what to do. But the big 50 birthday trip is to Italy. Okay, so sometime early next year, I don't know what's going to happen, but we will do Italy. We might do a 2 country or 3 country trip in about 10 days. So we'll see. It's going to be Italy next year sometime for me and my wife. We're not sure if Anthony is coming along. We like to take him along, but right now he's vetoing the ideas of going to Italy because Anthony is a picky eater. Okay, he's a very picky eater, and pizza in New York, Korean barbecue in New York was awesome. The other stuff, as far as food, not so much. Yes, Terrence, the big 50. Okay, the big 50. My wife and I have talked about Italy forever. In fact, we were supposed to go there for our honeymoon 10 years ago when we got married, but something interfered with that trip, so we couldn't go. And we've been postponing that forever. And we keep saying, when I turn 50, we better do it. If not, when she turned 50, we better do it or she will kill me. My wife will turn 50. I'm not going to say a few years from now. Okay, she's 4 years younger than me. So either I do it next year or I better do it in 4 years. The big question about next year is when to do it with my son's school. Tell Anthony it is the capital of pizza, half man, half amazing. Correct. But he also have heard that the pizza in Italy is not the same. He's like, it's not the same. They told me it's different. They put like basil in it. Okay, so as far as the comic book news, I don't have much to say because I have been in La La Land the last 4 days. Have not watched any TV shows, have not watched anything else, so I don't know what the heck's going on. But tomorrow is it tomorrow, or when is the Daredevil show showing? I think it's this week, right? I've been out of the loop and my brain stopped working. So, but um, Terrence, I know you like the Daredevil show. If you want to somehow get together and do a live chat discussing the Daredevil show, let me know. Same thing with Caesar or anybody else. I love to have a live chat talking about Daredevil season 2 that's coming up. I think I'm gonna be binge watching that SOB all weekend long. Yes, Comic Crack tomorrow. Yeah, I thought it was Thursday. So yeah. Yes, Caesar and Terrence, both of you and other people, welcome to join. Next Wednesday, perhaps we do a live chat talking about the show. Okay. The 25th? If it's the 25th, then it's next Thursday and not tomorrow. I gotta find out. I just know that it's on a Thursday. Could be this is Thursday, could be next Thursday. I don't know. Yes, let's find out. If I find out if the show is this week, by next Thursday, by next Wednesday, I think I will binge through it. Especially this weekend. I have no plan this weekend, and I plan to watch the entire season. And we can do a spoiler-filled review of season 2. Oh, it's Friday, so Terrence is checked up. So yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, on this trip, one of the things I wanted to see was Metropolis. Stop by Metro to see the crazy inventory, but schedule aside, I had no time. We were there and we did everything every day, walk everywhere. It's just no free time. I contact Jimmy C because I would love to meet up with Jimmy C in New York City, but it's just no way. We were everywhere. So to schedule a hookup with Jimmy C would have been impossible, even though I would love to. That's why if I ever go back to New York again for business alone, I definitely will make a bigger effort to trying to contact other YouTubers to get together. But this trip was all about the family. Yes, Terrence, I will see. Next Wednesday, I will have a chat and I will invite. If possible, I will invite you. I will invite Half Man, Half Amazing. It could be Sunday. If it's easier, I might do like a chat Sunday. If we all seen half a season, we might do that. Might do 2 chat because it's hard to talk the whole season in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So once things start to roll, I will contact you and Caesar to see if you want to do like a mid-season chat this Sunday. Should we all have seen half the episode and then do another one the next Sunday? Okay, I'm easy. Okay, trust me, I can have a chat Sunday or Wednesday, as long as there's people that can participate. Yeah, we'll do. Like I said, I will start watching Friday and some Saturday. Okay, so Terrence said that he's not available this Sunday. That's okay. Like I said, depend on everyone's schedule. I will see if next Wednesday will be a good time to have both the 2 of you on a live chat, and perhaps even invite. I was supposed to invite Cougar Comics today, but it's way late and I missed inviting him, as well as Comic and Stuff. He also wants to appear on a live chat, so it could be a big hurrah. Yeah, Wednesday is fine. Good. I will let you know for sure. Because you cannot do it Sunday, I will do it Wednesday, and it's gonna be like 7:30 ish to 9 o'clock. Okay, so the chat next Wednesday is gonna be 7:30 ish to 9. I can run it all the way to 9, but 9 is the latest. So 7 to 9, Caesar. Let me know which time work for you, and I will send you the invite. Okay, and by then I would expect we all to have finished all 13 episodes. Kumba, hello. Yes, it is a late chat. It's almost midnight. Um, let's see, and then of course Caesar. After that, we do have a date on Batman versus Superman. Just like he and I did a review, spoilers and non-spoilers for Deadpool. I hope to do the same thing with Batman versus Superman with Caesar. That will be a lot of fun. So when that movie come out, I'm definitely seeing it the first weekend. I'm not sure if I see it the first day. Yes, Caesar. I have a feeling I will finish before Wednesday for sure. I'm not gonna even bother trying to pace myself like last season, last year when season 1 came out. I actually forced myself to wait and watch the entire season in about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. Okay, so I tried to pace myself last season over like a 2 week span. Comic Commando, you made it before it ended. Yes, this week is a special week. It's late because I didn't start the chat until like 11 o'clock instead of my usual 7 o'clock. I'm pretty much wide awake. So no, Batverse is a week from Friday. Okay, yes. So whenever Batman come out, which is a week after that Daredevil, I will contact you, Caesar, to coordinate the time. It could be any night. Okay, that my schedule is very flexible. So probably more flexible than most YouTuber because I work at home and I'm kind of lazy. So I have a lot of free time, shamefully. So I will contact you, Caesar, whenever the time is right for you to jump in for 30 minutes to do the review with me, just like we did last time. Last time was an impromptu 5-minute kind of contact, and we end up making a fun video. So we'll do it again. And Caesar, my invitation still open. Whenever you take your family to Florida, to Orlando, to Disney World, let me know. We have extra beds here. You can stay with us and check out Sarasota and do a video in person next to me. I'm calling out Monday. Feel free to send me invite. Yes, I will. I will do. I will send J Rocks an invite for that Daredevil chat as well. Like I said, it will be fun. I can't wait to see the show. I can't wait to see the reaction. I'm hoping that it is going to be awesome. Who knows if Netflix can three-peat, right? They did good with season 1. They did really good with Jessica Jones. Well, not really good, but they did a good job. So let's see if they can three-peat and nail this second season the third time. Okay, so I have faith that the writer will not screw it up. So, but let's see. Let's see. I have a feeling that they have not show everything. Like perhaps Bullseye will make some kind of tiny little appearance, or a hint of Bullseye. Certainly, if they are introducing Bullseye, it is a well kept secret. Okay, because there's no mention of any actors. I think I don't recall hearing any big name actors that being hired to play Bullseye, right? So I am excited. Like I said, I saw the third trailer where they show both of them in action. It looked amazing. Um, I heard and read and hear a lot of discussion on Daredevil outfit. I'm okay with it. Okay, from what I see, I'm okay with it. It's not traditional like the comic books, but I understand what the creators are trying to do as far as giving him like a body armor to help protect him in fighting because he's not a superhero. He need a suit that can absorb the hits, even his helmet, not like a leather helmet. It's more like a hard shell cap that protect his head. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I not too crazy about as far as the look, the outfit of Daredevil, but I am cool with it. Comic Crack said that he bet Bullseye right at the end. Yeah, I think I think they would give you just enough to get people excited for season 3. The Punisher, I like the Punisher, but in many ways, I'm not surprised that they are wavering on doing a TV show for the Punisher. I talked about Punisher being a character that is very suited for the Netflix format for a long time. It's easy to do. But the problem I have with the Punisher is that the storyline, Daredevil has such a rich history of characters and villains and storyline that can transfer over to the TV show. When it comes down to the Punisher, I don't know what kind of storylines or villains that could carry well into it unless he borrow from the same book, right? The Kingpin. You can certainly use the Kingpin in the entire season of the Punisher, but that would be repetitive. I would love to hear what people think about as far as like what storylines. I mean, I collected the Punisher comic books when they came out back in the days. I had Punisher Warzone, Punisher Journal. I had those. But now that I go back and think about those storylines, there's not really a huge storyline of the Punisher that stood out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Season will end with Kingpin getting some assassin in line. We'll see. I don't know. I love Kingpin. Yes, I think everybody loved the Kingpin. I can't wait to see what they do with Vanessa. Okay, I think Vanessa is gonna take on some huge role this season. In the second season, because the Kingpin is in jail, I think Vanessa is gonna be the one pulling the strings. Jigsaw, yes, Jigsaw is possible. Yes, half man, half amazing. Punisher can't consistently keep a title, much less a TV show. In many ways, that's correct. I mean, I love the Punisher for the personality, the way he does, the reason and the way he does things. But in all honesty, when I had and collected all those Punisher books, there's not really a storyline that jump out at me like, oh man, this would be an awesome movie to be made, or this would be an awesome story to bring to the TV show. So even though I think it's an easy character to bring to TV because it's a low maintenance character where you don't have to use a lot of CGI, a lot of special effect to bring to the screen, to the small screen. I just don't see a compelling list of characters, villains, storylines that will make it like a Daredevil show. That can, Daredevil has such a richer backstory and list of villains and characters that would make multiple seasons possible. Punisher, I don't know. Terrence agreed that Vanessa's going to be big. Yeah, Vanessa is too. She's just too good of an actress and too pretty, too good looking of an actress to not give enough screen time. Too sexy. Put on that beautiful white dress. Ooh. J. Ross, I think you make a soprano type TV show. Like I said, it's no doubt the Punisher storyline in the comic books has a lot to do with gangster, drug, crime lord, all that stuff. So it's not, fighting the ninjas. It's not fighting, like I said, it's if they can do it, if they can do a TV show with the Punisher, I'm fine with that. I just don't know. His history in comic is rich enough to make a compelling multiple season TV show. His origin is interesting, is great, is good, all that stuff. I think it's gonna be a fun season with him being in half the episode. I don't think the Punisher is gonna be in every episode. It's just like Night Nurse, Rosario Dawson. She only appeared in 5, 6 episodes. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Punisher appear in half or 2/3 of the episode, but not the full season. Agree. She's one of those actresses that hasn't appeared in that many work that I know. The first time I recall seeing her was Man of Steel. And when she appeared in Daredevil show, I'm just like, whoa, in Man of Steel, she didn't look this sexy. She looked extremely sexy. Going to try to get on the Netflix panel next month at Wizardworld Comic Commando. Oh, look like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil actors will be there. Good luck, my man. Good luck. I hope you get there and can see the panel. That would be awesome. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with. As much as I like Luke Cage and look forward to that, I am even more excited to see what they're gonna do with Danny Rand. Okay, I'm a bigger fan of Iron Fist than Luke Cage. And now that they have cast the actor for Iron Fist, I can't wait to see how they put him in the show. That's gonna be exciting. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, I can't wait. I'm a bigger fan of Iron Fist than Luke Cage for sure. Kristen Ritter plus acting job. Well, anyhow, I don't plan to have this chat for long because it's midnight. So I would close off in about 10 minutes. Okay. I'm glad a whole bunch of people was able to join me. So I'm very appreciative that those that stay up late or still awake joining me so far to keep the dialogue going. It's always fun to be able to chat with a lot of people. But yes, so I look forward to the show for sure. I look forward to the live discussions, spoiler filled with Terrence, J Rocks, Caesar. We're not Rocket. We are going to Rocket and spoiler filled, folks. Okay, so we're not gonna bother going with spoiler free. So if you haven't watched the show, don't watch the live chat next week because Terrence and me and Caesar we're gonna talk Daredevil season 2 spoiler filled. I will make sure I point that out. What was my thoughts on the latest Civil War trailer? Goomba 213 asks, amazing. Okay. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. The Winter Soldier is definitely one of my favorite Marvel movie. It was more like a spy thriller than a comic book superhero movie. Um, yes, Terrence, it's gonna be spoiler filled. We are not going to be soft pedaling around the chat next Wednesday. Okay, we're gonna go all out and no hose bar. Yeah. Um, one of my biggest complaint, okay, about Marvel movies, superhero movies was often they try to infuse too much humor. Okay, I don't mind a few funny lines here and there, but my biggest problem with many Marvel's movie was the infusion of too much funny shit. Okay, and some of that stuff is way overdone and out of place and stupid. What make Captain America Winter Soldier fun for me was that it was a more serious Marvel movie. And the trailer for the Civil War is the most serious, dark trailer Marvel has yet to put out. Am I wrong? Am I right or wrong? You know, usually, when you see a trailer, Marvel trailer, you see at least one, if not two funny lines. Okay. But this one is deadly serious. Okay. Deadly serious as far as movie. And here's when, as usual, I have a lot of problem with Marvel fanboy that complain about, oh, DC movie is so dark, so serious, not light, not funny, blah blah blah. I am all for the seriousness. Okay, I don't have any problem. I enjoy a few funny lines here and there, but for those that watch enough of my Marvel review, I have plenty of complaint about a lot of stupid, silly, funny shit that they put in there because it's not needed. I don't need to see a lot of the stupid lines in many of the Marvel movies. What do you think Howard the Duck is an animated movie? It's possible, Marvel and Disney will milk the Marvel properties to death if it could. It You gotta understand, Disney has owned Marvel less than 10 years. Less than 10 years. They have decades of potential to come. So even if Disney say there is no plan for Howard the Duck, who knows? Okay, they paid $3 billion plus for Marvel. It's just like they spent $4 billion for Star Wars. They're gonna milk both franchise for decades to come. That's why we're gonna see so many Star Wars movie, and some of the ideas sound really stupid to me. Goomba, did you see Deadpool has earned 700 millions? Yes, I did see that, and kudos to Fox. Kudos to everyone involved in that movie because they did something amazing. It's there's some people that hate the movie. I have been told that at least one person I know have told me I will never go see that movie. It looks stupid. I hate Deadpool. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Okay. If you, I don't like Deadpool. I don't care about Deadpool, and I enjoy the movie. That says a lot. Yes, Terrence. Yeah, I take. if you haven't seen the movie, I think you will enjoy it. You know, it's slightly more gruesome and violent than other superhero movies, but it's a fun movie. That's the best. I think I said everything I need to say with that movie in my review. And I think most people that I know have enjoyed the movie, and the people that poo-poo the movie seem like the people that I know that poo-poo the movie is not even haven't seen the movie. They just hate the movie because they just hate the idea of Deadpool. Some of them hate the movies, hate Deadpool because they hate Rob Liefeld. So what? So what if Rob Liefeld create the character? So what? Just because a character is created by Stan Lee does not mean that every movie about a Marvel character that Stan Lee create was good. No. So same thing. Just because Rob Liefeld create the character that's on the screen is not the character that Rob Liefeld created. Okay, for those that are familiar with Deadpool, the early years, he's not the Deadpool you see today. Terrence, it costs 65 millions to make Deadpool, something like that. The budget for Deadpool was one of the smallest budget in all superhero movie. It is so cheap. It's the first movie to cost less. It's one of the first movie in the past 10 years that cost less than 70 millions to make and make 10 times as much. Okay, that's huge. Think about this. Star Wars cost Disney with marketing probably 300 million to make. Okay, as far as making the movie, marketing, all that stuff. So yeah, it's nice that it make $2 billion, but it's not even 7 times the investment. Deadpool make 10 times the investments. That's a huge winner to Fox. So yeah, I mean, it's what Deadpool did is pretty much a shocker. Okay, it's because you think about this. Ant-Man cost twice as much for Disney, and Ant-Man did good. Ant-Man did, not $600 million good, but it did good, and that was considered a huge success because Ant-Man did better than Captain America 1, did better than Thor 1. Okay, so Ant-Man was huge, a big winner for Disney. So for Deadpool to cost half of Ant-Man and make more than Ant-Man is, and it's not even including China. Remember, the movie was banned from China. If it was not rated R, or if this is the thing, Fox cannot figure out how to make that movie not R rated, because if they cut 15 minutes of ultra violence from that movie to please the Chinese authority to allow to play in China, that movie would make another $150 million in China, more than Star Wars. Okay, Star Wars was a huge disappointment for Disney as far as the Chinese market. Because think about this, Jurassic World, that not so great movie, did something like 200 million in China with the average amount of marketing. Disney went all out with marketing Star Wars in China, and it brought in something like 120 million, a lot less than Jurassic World, but 5-10 times the amount of marketing. So for Disney, so Star Wars was a big loser for Disney as far as the Chinese market is concerned. Yes, Terrence, the violence in Deadpool is similar to the violence in Kill Bill. If you watch Kill Bill the movie, there's a lot of over the top kind of violence, if not even more than Kill Bill. Okay, I mean, for Deadpool, Um, but you know, it's ultra violence, but at the same time, I think I felt more uneasy watching Kill Bill than watching Deadpool. Um, Not because I'm so used to see ultra violence that it doesn't bother me. It still bother me, but I think because Deadpool was very funny, and the comedy was infused at the right time with the violence that it softened the blow, at least in my mind. Yes, so if you watch Kill Bill, seeing the sword cutting people and blood spilling out, all that stuff, it's it's not the same kind of violence, but it's over the top in that kind of manners, and it's more. Okay, it's not like in Kill Bill. There's crazy violence in some scenes, but in Deadpool, there's a lot of it in a lot of scenes. Okay, a lot of it. I don't think there was any killing in Deadpool that was not over the top. If you know what I mean. Okay, it's 12:18. Time for me to say goodbye, and thank you everybody to shine in. Thank you Terrence for joining me. Goomba for all the questions, as well as Half Man Half Amazing. It's time for me to wind down and grab a late night snack because plain airport food suck. I miss my New York pizza. Anyhow, good night, everybody, and thanks for watching. Cougar Comics, sorry for missing you tonight, and same thing with the comic and stuff. Sorry for missing the both of you because I got home late. I will try to catch you all next week, next Wednesday. See you next Wednesday. Goodbye.